Welcome back to Saints Row. I am currently planning on stealing a roller's car, cause I might as well build up a little bit more respect, although I don't think I need all that much more, really. So, last time, we brought Lynn back from the dead, but she didn't even visit us, so I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I guess to be fair, Eye for an Eye only said they'd bring her back. They never did say, and the person you bring back will definitely want to hang with you. That being said, though, we also did a whole lot of various activities. I basically just showed off most of the rest of the cutscenes, though not quite all of them. Like, I don't think I got the last few vehicle lists. But, yeah. We also had a nice talk with Benjamin King, and he has promised that he's going to stop doing gang things, but only after we finish the fight, so today we'll be doing just that as soon as I get this car back to the chop shop, or, well, I guess, chop shop's a different mission, isn't it? It's technically a specific mission type. I'm hijacking this car and bringing it back to whatever the guy who wanted it was. I forget what that guy looked like or what he spoke like. I only remember he wiped oil on us or something, which is very rude. Then he had the nerve to call us a wimp. I mean, honestly, who does that guy think he is? Some guy who's about to receive his 6th car from me, I guess. He's received 5 so far, and I'm not fucking this one up. Anyway, though, yeah, like I said, I don't really need that much more respect, so honestly, it's not really a huge deal to do this at this point. In fact, we might only need the one more. I mean, after all, we are on the final gang mission in general. The other gangs are completely finished. Carnales are long gone. West Side Rollers have been gone for a bit, too. Alright, so, what's it gonna take to make the Vice Kings disappear for good?
I've been chatting with King, and it looks like Tanya's takeover didn't sit well with everybody. The Vice Kings are fighting amongst themselves. Now's the time to take them out for good. King said he was gonna come along. I hope he hasn't gone soft.
And don't ever worry about me, baby boy, because I'm going to handle mine.
Yeah, I was waiting outside for you to say something like that.
You've been nothing but talk.
I've smoked dozens of fools before. I ain't adding to the count unless I have to.
Oh, that's just fucking great.
Look, Johnny, some people don't do this for
I don't want you
fun.
bitching out when you see your crew.
Ain't my crew, son. That's why I'm here, remember?
I beat the
So now
shit
I'm
out
gonna
of them, it's
dick away,
fine.
Pick up your gun and try to keep your knee away from the bullets.
Oof. You heard about that, huh?
Cocky son of a bitch. Let's roll.
That is the voice of a man who did not like being insulted, but couldn't help but admire the hustle of it. Anyway, unfortunately we do need to take King's car, and not the Saints Mobile. Sorry, Mark IV, but, King's car is crucial to this mission.
She tells everything to her fashion consultant. He shouldn't be too hard to break.
Who is this guy?
Some Euro trash motherfucker named Stefan.
Oh, I've heard his ads before. Yeah, you probably would, Gat. I think you really would. Anyway, though. Right, so, like I was saying, King's car is crucial. If it explodes, the mission's over. You have to try again. So, while we're heading to our destination, I guess it's voice actor time. So, Benjamin King, voiced by Michael Clark Duncan. Anthony Green, voiced by T.C. Carson. Warren Williams was voiced by O.G. Banks, and Tanya Winters was voiced by Mila Kunis. Alright, hopefully I've pronounced everybody's name correctly this time. Though, I guess we're still on our way, so I guess, we are nearing the end. I might as well bring up most of the Saints. Like I said, I've already covered Lynn since she died in the Rollers mission, so she doesn't get to be here. You know, now that I say it like that, it's kinda rude. Anyway, Aisha is voiced by Cy Smith. Dex is voiced by Jacques. Apparently that's in all caps. Troy is voiced by Michael Rappaport. Johnny Gat is voiced by Daniel Day Kim. And Julius Little is voiced by Keith David. You could probably tell. It's Keith David. He's got a very distinct voice. So yeah, I will say, looking over the lists of just their voice work, a lot of the actors here, seem like they don't have, quite as many roles as you might expect, but, they actually did get a lot of... Oh god, why is the first phrase I thought of meat space actors? They got a lot of flesh actors, Oh god, that's awful. People who actually do physical acting and not just voice acting, so, it's a lot of pretty well-profiled people. So, you do have stuff like Julius Little being voiced by Keith David, or other situations where you look up the voice actor list and you go, oh wow, Angelo Lopez was voiced by that one guy I know from 6 Feet Under. Damn, I didn't think that would come up. Anyway, here's some of the meat of the mission. We've got Stefan in our grasp, and we have to terrify the man by driving very quickly. So, yeah, in addition to, not murdering him normally, you also have to deal with the cops who, quite frankly, do not care that you have a hostage. If there is anybody who's a danger to Stefan here, it is the police.
What are you doing? I don't like this. This makes me vibrate.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't dislike Stefan enough for me to take particular joy in this. I mean, look, yeah, he obviously sucks judging from his commercials, but I don't know.
You and your friend with the awful hair will release Stefan at once.
He better be talking about God.
Stop talking in third person or I'm gonna drop you on principle.
Yeah, so I don't know, he kinda sucked, but oh god. How is he not mulch? I don't really like hearing the man beg for his life. Anyway, though, yeah, another thing about this mission is, I did not fail this part of the mission, but I did have to redo this part. Which unfortunately means I did lose out on some pretty cool jumps.
I'll give you 5% off.
That's not even your best discount. Get out of here. Also, yeah, he did very nearly die. Again, I blame the police for that one.
Okay, the code is 3131. Please don't hurt Stefan.
It's a little late for that. Alright, well, just remember, the police weren't there for you. Sure, we were the aggressors, but they really didn't help at all.
I'm worried about is you.
Then you don't know me, son.
That's why I'm worried.
Your faith in me is very encouraging.
I like to be positive.
This ain't a street race.
Okay, so I feel like I've mentioned before that, my footage was a little distinct and I had to fix that in post. That's just on the game.
There it is. The first thing we gotta do is clear a path to the elevator.
What then?
Alright, so here we are at the penthouse. Let's get... I did take King's car, it's over here. Come on. Okay, there we go. Is it in place? Thank you. Anyway, this is where I lost the mission the first time, because it was also black smoking the first time. And unfortunately, the altercation in front of it did wind up blowing it up, so... yeah, I had to redo this mission because of that. The vehicle does have to survive for a reason. I don't particularly appreciate the reason, and I feel like they could have, I don't know, maybe cheated around it a little bit, but whatever, fine, it's their decision.
Hello, friends.
Oh,
This
it's
is
this
Alderman
bitch again.
Hughes With a special message for the youth of Stillwater.
Oh, I'm sure you're so
Understand
in
that
touch
many
with
of you have
them.
become disenfranchised with authority. Between parents, teachers, and police, it's easy to feel that the world is trying to hold you back, to stifle your creativity and your freedom. But now is your chance, more than any other, to seize the future, not only for yourself, but for your friends, your neighbors, and your illegitimate children. This
God,
year's
I love the
election gives you
contempt
power
in
to
his
choose
voice
whether
when he
you
says
want to live in
that.
a city governed by fear and
You suppose this
ineptitude,
is his best
or one where
take?
you can be safe walking home
I'm
from
sure that
basketball
was
courts and young Republican meetings.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So when you step into that ballot box,
I feel
remember
like that was written
that a
into the
vote for
script, but like
Hughes
not by
is a
him.
vote for you.
It was his team that put that together, but he did not appreciate it.
Where now?
The penthouse.
I'm gonna skull fuck that bitch.
That's a weird thing to say.
Hope you don't mind hepatitis.
That's a weird thing to follow up with. Okay, I feel like the lines I got for Playa, I got in descending order, because the Carnales one is by and large the best one, just by far. But I will admit, I do like Gat's reaction to hearing Playa speak after the entire game of him being silent. It's amazing. Anyway, I guess while we're on the voice actor subject, yes, Alderman Richard Hughes is voiced by Clancy Brown. Lex Luthor has been running for mayor this entire time. And has been complaining about the state of Stillwater as it is today. Anyway, though, we don't actually have that much mission time left, but I don't feel like I really need to add that much more to the King's conversation. I've stated it plenty of times. Obviously, there's a lot of violence to it, but there's also just a lot of politics in play, with just the characters usurping each other at the end. Which, you know, again fits with the whole... It's not quite straightforward, there's like a little bit of variety in the missions and what you're doing. You're sort of doing some kind of planning. A lot of it still involves guns and explosions, but, you know, it's a little bit different from the Carnales. But yeah, I do just appreciate the difference between them, though, of... The Carnales were kind of a family. Dysfunctional as all hell, but they sort of stayed together. Two brothers and their very large bodyguard man. They only separated due to dying, not because one of them got too big for his britches. Also, damn King. You really got down like that? Also, yeah, if you hadn't noticed, while we have fought some people wearing yellow, we have also had to fight a lot of prostitutes because that's just how few members the Vice Kings have left under Tanya.
Some guys just never get enough of me.
I've had more than my fill, bitch.
It's over, girl. You're not gonna be able to fuck your way out of this one.
That's cute, sweetie. That's just
Oh, you're trying this? Maybe you should have tried fucking your way out of this one. It wouldn't have worked, but like...
Please don't!
Last time you killed someone, they were crushed under a flaming car. You tried to pull a gun on 3 people who already had guns trained on you. So yeah, Tanya does get a cutscene death, but that's because she just sucks so bad at actually doing a violence that, yeah, we just fucking murk her like it was nothing. And yes, that is why the car has to survive, so that it can kill Tanya. It has to be crushed under the weight of Tanya, falling from, oh god, how many stories up is this? It's a lot of stories.
I know what you told Julius and all, but why don't you stick around and roll with us? I'm sure he wouldn't mind having you around.
Don't bet on that.
Nope, I'm out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Way back to the row on your own? Aisha, you know. The pussy call.
From here? Damn,
You did good
that thing
in
gets
that
some range.
Here. I don't think I'll be needing these anymore.
Alright, so with that, we get the final hideout. As well as the final territory, too. So yeah, what I said before, that every penultimate mission unlocks a, stronghold, isn't quite true, because there wasn't a stronghold after the previous mission. Was the one before that unlocks. You still have to beat all the missions before you can do this one, but still, it wasn't quite correct. Anyway, here's the penthouse. It's okay. Definitely much better decorations than Price's mansion, which again, just kinda sucked. But I still think I like the Carnales mansion a little more. I don't know, maybe that's just because it's in a nice spot and not at the top of a big tower. The decorations here are definitely nice, though. But I don't know, I think I just like the Carnales mansion a little more. It could be the location. I don't quite think I'd want to be in the city. And also, we have this spot right here, which I don't really want an office directly below me. Like, either it's filled with people doing work, and why would I want that below me, or it would be completely empty. And it's been a long time since I've been in an empty office building, but like, those are like the spookiest places. Empty office buildings are like 40% of the reason liminal spaces exist as a term in people's minds. The other problem I have with the penthouse overall is it just doesn't have a lot of good walkable area. The Carnales mansion just had that whole lawn area, and it overlooked the sea, or a lake rather. It's a lake, not an ocean. But yeah, no, like, around here you just get a walk around the building on a sidewalk at best, and like, yeah, I guess that's good for a consistent morning walk, but like, I don't know, it's pretty boring all things considered. The Carnales mansion just has a nice view. That being said, before we move on to the actual post, getting all the gangs cutscene, there is one more thing I need to show off about the penthouse crib. And that's the fact that it actually has an extra bit of utility. So, when you have the garage open, you might notice that there is a light over here, and yes, that does mean you can go directly up to the penthouse after you're done driving. You cannot, however, warp directly to the garage, so you'll always go to the front door. Alright, there we go. That's the utility over and done with, and with that, we have done it. We've solved the gang problem. So, what's the aftermath of that? What's victory look like for the Saints?
We did it, player. 3rd Street owns this town. Now, that's not to say shit didn't cost. And I ain't talking about what happened to Johnny's leg or losing limb.
Why is Lynn's death brought up second?
They knew the risk. Hell, Johnny gets off on it. We crushed a lot of families, player, and someday they're gonna holler at us. But believe me when I tell you, we did the right thing. With the Rollers wiped out, Benjamin gone, and the Colombians in our pocket, there ain't gonna be a need for a gang war ever again. And in the end, that's gonna save a lot more lives than we took.
Apparently Troy doesn't agree. He seems to be drinking and very sad. And I don't know, I've run over a lot of people.
You gonna be my right hand.
Oh, promotion, nice.
Some Barry just turned on his flashes. Yeah, player. I think I'm gonna have to call you back. This may take a while.
Uh-oh. The gang war is over, but it seems like Julius is in trouble.
Just say the word.
That wasn't a word. Alright, so, this is the initial credits of Saints Row. The game's not over yet, though. We do have a couple more missions left to cover. In the meantime, though, quick final thoughts before my actual final thoughts. I will say right now, I really enjoyed this game a lot more than I thought I was going to. I LP'd this mainly as a utility for getting into the Saints Row 2 LP. Now, I'm still going to say it's my least favorite of the Saints Row games, and I would have preferred playing the other games. Or, you know, if I had to choose, I would play the other games, but honestly, this is still a pretty solid foundation for what the rest of the series would become. And even though I feel like it does need a bit more of its own identity that, you know, Saints Row 2 would cover, I did enjoy myself, and I like what's there well enough. I think my main issue is just the outside presentation. From the outside, it absolutely just seems like GTA with gangs, but you know what? I feel like what we've seen so far has actually had its own legs, and we'll see where those legs carry us next time in the finale of Saints Row.
Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner, got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 4 and he made us the hard way. Hey, the front line takes the hard. We have a shooter and a good one. Coming out for a new point. Get your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point as 9. Place 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9.